Often the difference between an average yield and a great one is just a little bit of planning. That's why the Tri-State Peanut Disease Tour is so important. It gives producers an update on what types of diseases they need to be on the lookout for. Damon Jones was on the tour, and he has the story.
As the old saying goes, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And that's a big reason why these producers made a trip to the University of Georgia Tifton campus for the Tri-State Peanut Disease Tour. It gave them a chance not only to hear about the latest disease treatments, but also see how they work firsthand.
We're right at harvest time, so the diseases are really in full bore right now, very evident. And they can walk the plots. We give them plot plans. They can see all the competitors' products. They can see all the latest things and see how well they're working, and just get a good first-hand view of disease control in action.
And it's not just the farmers interested in this information, but also the companies responsible for making the fumigants, as representatives get a comprehensive update on the latest diseases affecting the industry.
We're seeing some really interesting things. The University of Georgia always does cutting-edge research, and this is no exception this year. We've had good leaf spot pressure. These are leaf spot control trials. And the pressure is incredible, and it clearly shows the differences between different fungicides for the levels of leaf spot control growers could expect to see in their fields.
While this event might be held every year, there are always new things to see as the University of Georgia continues to improve both disease treatment and the varieties being used.
New fungicides, or relatively new fungicides that are much more effective, and in most cases I think safer than what we had in the past. Much more specific mode of action. We've got those new tools, and I think that's helping. We've got new varieties that have come out in the last few years, much more resistance to tomato spotted wilt virus, and that's been a huge factor for us.
Over the years, white mold and tomato spotted wilt virus have been the main concerns for peanut producers. However, thanks to a change in weather patterns, specifically tropical storms, farmers have yet another problem to deal with this season.
The other disease that we have this year on the leaves is the peanut rust, which does not overwinter in Georgia, but I think Burl or Debbie delivered inoculum for that for us early in the season. That's blown up now, so it's an extremely explosive disease that we don't typically have to deal with on a large scale this far north. It's an extremely important disease more in the tropics, but when it blows in on a tropical storm, we have to deal with it.
And it's not just what to spray on peanuts that researchers are studying, but also when to spray. While producers typically wait until later in the season to fumigate their crop, new studies are showing that early treatments do have their benefits.
Well, we're looking at a lot of the early emergent sprays on peanut. We used to wait till about 40 days to spray peanuts, and we've had some early season disease development when peanuts are like 20 or 30 days old. So we're looking at spraying a narrow band of fungicide on these young plants, and we've seen some real interesting results in getting them off to a healthy start that's led to significantly higher yields.
So with all the research on different varieties and treatments, field days like this one have become very important for producers as they continue to stay updated on the industry.
Disease pressure is always a problem in peanuts. Leaf spot's always a problem, white mold's a problem, and the more we learn about them, it seems like the more we don't know. So it's, we're constantly trying to push back what we don't know and build on what we do.
For the Georgia Farm Monitor, I'm Damon Jones.